Hello Capricorn, it's time for your weekly reading, July 1st to the 7th, 2021. It is noisy where I am today. There are birds tweeting madly and trucks and trains and everything else out there, but I cannot close my window. It is too stuffy and warm where I am, so unfortunately we'll just have to kind of live with it. I'm trying really hard to get my readings done for you because I'm going away for the weekend, and so I have to get it all done before that. So I'm kind of firing these off quickly, but I want them to be as good as possible, other than the sound factor, which is not going to be that great, apparently. So I hope you're doing really well, and that things are going great for you, and that this reading will clarify things for you a little more. So let's dive in and see what we've got. Oh, wow. I haven't seen that card in so long, and it is such a happy card. The Sun. Oh, wow. This is looking good. Everybody's getting this death card lately. I don't know why. It must mean things are going to change, because according to the rest of this reading, nobody's dying anytime soon. So this is a very strong reading, and I do mean very strong, with the Sun and everything else. I can barely see in here. So let's see. I want to put this into some kind of an order that makes sense to me. Let's go here. Okay. Let's get our people. Okay. This is also strong, 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 strong. Okay. So, we've got this little character. This is a card, if you know me at all, I always say just ignore it, because I just never find it to be true. I'm not really sure why that is. It's just the way it is in my readings. It never seems to connect with anything that's actually happening in people's lives. That goes for me, my family, my friends, my clients, everybody. It never seems to be something we can figure out what it is. So this guy, he's stealing some swords, or that's what it looks like. It's, be quiet, birds, I hate you. So, yeah, they're not pretty little cute birds, trust me. They're all like crows and things and annoying creatures. Anyway, and you know when they start at 3 a.m. every morning. I don't know what the heck is going on, but birds didn't used to tweet when it was still dark outside, but they do now. So this card, something deceptive is going on, and that's the implication of the card. Some people say it's somebody having an affair, gossiping, stealing something. Could mean a robbery, could mean anything going on behind your back, could mean failed plans as one of the original meanings of the card. Now, that one I can resonate with a little bit more, because we have failed plans all the time. You can't make a dinner date. That's a failed plan. A business goes wrong, that's a failed plan. That's a lot more major than not making the dinner date. You know what I mean? So, failed plans, okay, I'm willing to go along with that one. I'm even willing to go along with the other things, the meanings. It's just like, okay, if it's gossip, I don't know who's gossiping about me, and frankly, I don't care. So sure, it might be that, but I've never had the card come up ever and had a robbery or, you know, a theft in my home or anything like that. I have had those things in life, but not when the card came up. So go figure. So if I'm wrong in this case, and you find that this card is one of those things very strongly for you, please let me know. My email is below. Then we've got this card, which I always say this at the beginning, because this card typically means arguing. But I always say this at the beginning because I also get this card every time anybody's engaged in like martial arts. So if you're a kickboxer or whatever, the card will come up, because it's that going back and forth, that fighting, that physical thing, and it's all about physicality usually. Wands are, except for usually it translates to arguing in the modern day. So some arguing is going on here, which is not unusual, because in people's lives there usually is some kind of conflict. It doesn't have to be where any people are screaming at each other. It could be just some kind of conflict. It could be something at work where somebody doesn't connect with you and maybe is doing something deceitful behind your back, or gossiping. They tend to do that at work. So there's some kind of an argument or conflict, typically at work, could be anywhere else, with somebody. So it'll be different for all of you in your individual cases. Then we've got the Seven of Cups, a cup I love. A lot of people don't like this card, which I really don't understand. They don't like it because there are a lot of choices. Now, I love options, so that's one of the reasons I love the card, but you're trying to make the right choices about things. And some of these choices, if you look in the cups, one has a bunch of jewels, one has a snake, one has a creepy looking iguana thing, one has a sand castle. So, depending on what you pick is what you're going to get, which is always true in life. But options are good, in my opinion. So think things out, choose wisely. You guys are great thinkers and very, very good at planning and figuring and all of that good stuff. So I have complete faith in you. Now, if you are a very young person, my darling Capricorn, if you are a young adult, perhaps you are this Page of Pentacles. So the Page is usually a child, teenager, or very young adult, under 25. So if you are a young adult, this could be you. This person is inventive, very inquisitive, interested in everything in the world, typically very mechanical. They're great at taking things apart and putting them back together and fixing things. They like to plan. They are good at doing all sorts of things, multi-talented. They are great learners. They are learning about investing, since the earth signs are good investors. So learning about starting to know how to invest in the world, in longevity, in financial matters. So this person can be a messenger bringing in a message about finances or health, but typically it is a person you could know, or you, if you're the right age group. Now, that age group thing is not written in stone, but even a very youthful person of a different age bracket will not be youthful enough to be a Page, if you know what I mean. Not usually. There are exceptions, but not usually. Okay, then we get into the beautiful, 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 beautiful Two of Cups. So the Two of Cups is all about a really special relationship between you and another person. It is strong, it's magical, it's a soulmate card. It does not have to be a lover. It can be a business partner who you're on the same wavelength with, or a great friend, or a sibling. Anybody that you have that really special, close connection, like the kind of relationship that is like no other. Somebody you can really trust, somebody you can really depend on. This is a beautiful relationship, and I'm going to guess this is coming in for you. Unless you already have it, this is coming in for you, which is very, very exciting. Then you've got the Death card, which is great change. The Death card, on the rare occasion, means death. Usually it means great change, metamorphosis, a rebirth. Sometimes we feel like we're reborn when we have this kind of a relationship. That's why I just pulled it over here. So that is a very, very exciting time, I'm going to guess, in your life and potential situation here. Then we've got this card, the Four of Wands. This can mean a wedding. It can mean moving to a new home. All this change. Good things, though. Good things are happening here. This is very, very, very positive. I keep looking at this card. Oh, this is the Queen of Swords, another person. Okay, so whenever I see this Queen of Swords in this deck, I want to say it's like, my first thought is that it's somebody else because of the fiery nature of the clothes. Usually the swords are depicted in lighter colors, blues and cooler colors, because she tends to be a bit of a cooler character, not so fiery. So this is typically a Libra, an Aquarius, this is typically an air sign, a Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. So this person is very cut and dried, very practical, doesn't like a lot of BS, likes to cut through to the serious part of the matter, somewhat intellectual, always trying to learn new things. A lot of these people are in fields where it's all very practical. I won't say they're never in the arts or anything, but they tend to be more in law or in business or things of that nature, as opposed to, they don't like flowery language typically. They don't tend to be into that. Of course there are exceptions to everything, but they're very cut and dried, very practical, perceived sometimes as being a little cold. So perhaps this is somebody you know, your mom, your wife, your sister, your friend, somebody you know who's a Libra, or pardon me, not a Libra. I keep saying Libra for air sign, but Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. Then we get to the really good stuff. Now, I'm going to put these cards together here because you've got this great relationship. Let's say it's a love relationship, and there could be a connection here. If it isn't, that's okay. There's still something awfully good and celebratory going on here. Then you've got the sun. I have not seen the sun in a reading in quite a while. The sun is pure happiness, that childlike joy. You know, you've got a little naked kid riding around on a horse in the sunshine. It's freedom. It's the world is your oyster. Everything is right there. Everything you need is with you. It's you. It's pure happiness. So I am so glad, Capricorn, to see you get this card. And then you get the Three of Cups, celebration, more celebration here. Happiness, happiness, happiness. This is fantastic. So if your life has not been fantastic for a while, if it's been sort of, so-so or whatever, there's going to be this big change, which is going to bring all this beautiful stuff to you. A lot of good things. So I am really happy to see this reading. It's really good to see our little guy, the sun, that has not been here for so long. So go ahead with your week. Have a fabulous time. Know that I'm thinking about you, wishing you all good things, and I hope to talk to you soon.